everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm the PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region, and I'm joined today by James Hind. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Energy Drive. James, welcome to the studio.
Great, thanks Stanley, thanks for having me.
So, we have a very exciting topic to talk about today, about considering sustainability as a service.
Yeah.
Before we get into the topic, however, could you just tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, sure. Stanley, I mean, I think the amazing part of our journey is we South African founded, based on South African challenges, energy, inflation, energy shortages, skills shortages, etc. And as we've grown our business in the heavy industry sector in South Africa, with global companies, the realization was that actually this is a global problem. And they actually become a global opportunity. The energy inflation of late, globally, as well as the sustainability pressures, our offering we realized was had a much global value proposition. Still predominantly the back office and our project build facilities are in South Africa. We data analytics rich in terms of driving optimization of our systems. So that's very much housed and anchored in South Africa. That's from a cost efficiency perspective, and we got great competency. But we've really scaled up geographically. So in the last 2-3 years, we've accessed the UK, European markets, and more recently the North American market. And through partnering, our business can only scale through collaborative partnering with the likes of Rockwell.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about your business. So we're here to talk about considering sustainability as a service. So let's talk, what is energy efficiency as a service? Tell us what you guys do exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, there's so many service-orientated models out there. I mean, photovoltaic industry is really positioned as a service supply business. But the best part of focus around energy is demand reduction, as opposed to just purely renewable supply. And so what we identified is there's a lot of frictionality often in heavy industry in terms of constraints, capital constraints, skills constraints, and prioritizing projects. And often some really good energy efficiency opportunities are not actualized. So the business model that we've actually put together is a service-oriented model. So it's a long-term contracted model with a customer. We're at zero risk, zero capital or OpEx outlay. We effectively deliver energy efficiency, gigawatt hour savings in terms of large motors. Our focus is heavy industry because they're the big energy users. They're often the ones with the biggest challenges around sustainability compliance as well. And we go from the outset in terms of identifying from a motor list, big motors on fan and pumper applications, right through the process in terms of data analysis and modeling, building the system, deploying the system, and then over 10 years optimizing that system. We provide the guarantees in terms of net performance. On average, our business, we're delivering about 45% savings, which is significant. We just hit a milestone of exceeding 900 gigawatt hours. And by March next year, we'll hit 1 terawatt hour, which is a major milestone. So it's a guaranteed performance model, performance contracting model, and takes a lot of the frictionality away for clients.
So innovative. Let's get into potentially some of the challenges, though, around what you guys are doing. I mean, from a technology perspective, an engineering perspective, or even a cultural perspective, and what barriers or challenges did you and the team have to overcome in order to succeed and get to where you're at?
Now, the strange thing is, I often say our biggest barrier is it's too good to be true. So clients, these big industries, they have significant capital bases. They've got great competencies. Their constraints is really just the amount that they need to do, the quantity or the significant number of projects and operational priorities, etc. And so often when we engage with clients, we get great initial traction with client sites, etc. We're dealing with, our engineers are dealing with engineers, so it's a language that they're comfortable with. They understand the technology. Rockwell's VFD technology and the likes are proven technologies, well accepted, etc. So we're not reinventing the wheel from a technology perspective, but that deep data analysis we do and the insights we gain and the modeling of the operating processes and determining some quite significant savings opportunities, the engineers, once they robustly test that, they buy into that. Then when you go to the sort of contracting and the engagement with the client, there's one of two things that often happen. The client say, this is so good, we should do it ourselves, as opposed to do it as a service. And then we've got scenarios where some clients have told us that 4 years ago. Obviously, we walk away. We haven't billed them a dollar, and 4 years later we're back because they haven't done it. Because again, priorities. And the other scenario is just often getting the commercial contracting of the line takes some time. So those are the barriers. The technology's proven. We've done 260 executions around the world, partnering with system integrators in different regions, partnering with Rockwell with technology. That is actually, frankly, the easier part. It's complex, but it's the easier part. It's really the business model getting that over the line. But once we get it over the line, entering a contract at a corporate level, we do multiple executions on sites, because then we have one contract, one umbrella contract.
Let's talk a little bit about those executions, if it's okay. I mean, let's talk, and specifically outcomes. And you touched on this, but let's get a little bit more into it if it's okay.
Sure.
What are some of the positive outcomes that you guys have allowed helped your customers achieve with, from a sustainability and cost control? Help us understand a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, of late, especially with global energy inflation, we're really delivering 3 outcomes, and energy cost offset outside of South Africa was probably at a number 3, a distant number 3. But with global energy inflation, I'd say not so much even the case that the inflationary impact continued, but the fact that there was inflation shock, the realization that energy costs can spiral and obviously become a much more significant cost ratio in operations. That has become a significant value proposition. And secondly, the pressures around all the global commitments made to the 2030 goals. You've got executives, CEOs that have made significant, they've been forced to make significant commitments due to the investment community, the investor community. And now you've got these distressed sites and operations that are trying to just manage normal operational challenges that on top of that have to deliver significant energy efficiency or decarbonization. So the significance around us saving energy, being gigawatt hours, which with carbon intensities and our MNV and our rich analytics, that we are able to provide measured and verified carbon offset is of huge value to clients. And we're seeing more and more engagements. I had a meeting yesterday with some of your colleagues, and the Middle East, we've looked at different markets and opportunities for our offering, and the Middle East was clearly not one because the energy prices are so low. But it's got nothing to do with energy prices. That market purely needs scope 2 reduction. And what we do at the end of the day is we just bring additional execution capacity. We can get more done. I say to clients, we can do more together. It's not this or that, it's this and that. And so I think that's the real value proposition, is that there are economic metrics that are valuable, cost offset, no capex outlay, there's huge sustainability benefits, and we add a lot of capacity to execute and accelerate projects. So my favorite little buzzword is we actualize sustainability.
So exciting. Let's talk a little bit about the future. I mean, clearly there's a lot of momentum building behind what you're doing, there's growth. How do you see, what role, for example, do you see maybe technology and partners playing in enabling like your future roadmap? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think there's 2 key elements to that. Is market access. Once again, our deep partnership with Rockwell is a great opportunity for us in terms of that is market access. Rockwell's got a credible trust relationship with a lot of industries, a lot of players in the industry, big players, so that's very helpful. And resource around technology and innovation, always innovating in terms of product. And one of those innovation, I mean, there's so much fuss over AI and machine learning, but we've seen, I mean, ChatGPT, I think, shocked the world in terms of just how real it is and how iterative it is. And so what the next phase we're seeing in terms of opportunity is we've got 260 systems, a significant data set from 260 systems, We've got BOF motor systems in various geographies across various clients, where we can start using those technologies, machine learning, on devices to drive optimization from 42% to 48%, for example, to also alerting clients around behavior of their operations, because our system is a very good mechanism to show that there's a change in behavior. A change in energy consumption because of flow or pressure changes is effectively confirming something might be out of range from an operation perspective. But think about the AI opportunity in terms of our data. You know, dynamically modeling and comparing data across different systems across the globe. Those insights being shared with fan and pump manufacturers, you know, looking for optimizing their offering. Drive or automation businesses such as yourself, and how we can, you know, drive further value from that. So I see the future in terms of us being able to be a lot more dynamic in terms of using our deep analytics and provide a lot more insight to clients as well as to this whole supply chain. See us almost as a conduit for innovation as well in terms of further development.
James, congratulations on all of the success so far, and clearly the future of energy drive is quite bright. So thank you for joining us in the studio today.
Thanks, Stanley. Great being here.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about variable frequency drive technology, as well as more about energy drive, visit rockwellautomation.com.